thanks for joining me. So, today we're just going to do a vlog, and it's going to be a pickups video, partially, I guess. Just updating you guys on what's been going on. Obviously my computer is up and running, so I can actually edit this video, and I can use my camcorder, which is a little bit better than my tablet. So that's good. You know, I went to a fair, like a local fair last night, kind of a state fair kind of a thing. That was fun. We got to see a couple cover bands, which were good. I had some, fair food. I actually woke up in the middle of the night last night and felt kind of queasy. Thankfully I didn't throw up, but fair food. But, that's good. Like, I feel like I'm a little healthier these days. I've lost weight. I think at this point I'm just about 50 pounds down from what I was, which is great. That's kind of an obscene sounding number. It's crazy though. I actually want to lose another 10 or 20 pounds, so that'll have been even more. But I'm back into like the healthy range of a BMI, whatever, body mass index, or so that's good. I'm glad about that. I'm even thinking about starting to exercise a little bit more. It's just, you gotta take care of yourself and feel better and all those things. I finally got fed up with my PlayStation 4 controllers. They were just dying. They would last about half an hour, maybe. And it was just dumb. So I went ahead and picked up some PlayStation 4 controllers. I got this one here. These are brand new. I actually got two of them, but my other one's on a charger right now. But yeah, these are great. I just wanted something, I didn't really splurge that much, but I went for a color. I actually kind of like the new, like, steel gray or steel black or something like that controllers that they have, but, I hopped in a car and went to a store and actually, saw what they had. I ended up trading in my two old controllers to GameStop. Plus I had a little bit of credit, and so I got like one of these for essentially 20 bucks. And then the other one, I just went to like a discount retailer and got that for cheaper than they had new controllers at GameStop. Much nicer. I'm even getting rid of that remote control that I got. That isn't bad, and I even got some rechargeable batteries for it, but I think honestly just with these controllers there's no point in me having that, so I'm selling that on eBay, so that might even get me whatever, another 10 bucks or something toward that controller, so that's good. I also picked up this here, Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars, and actually, there may be a funny story around this. I was on that same trip when I got those controllers, I stopped by a Best Buy that said it had this in stock, and I'm trying to remember why I wanted to get it there in particular. I think it was literally just because they would price match, like, Amazon, and like, I just wanted to get it physically. I just figured I was out, I might as well go ahead and pick this up. But I couldn't find it on the shelf, and so like I went up to the customer service desk, and there's this girl at the customer service desk, and I'm like, oh hey, like, I saw online that you have, and like I pretty much stopped, and I'm like, I got embarrassed because I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, hear this middle-aged guy like asking for Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars, so I'm like, the Blu-ray for Sailor Stars, and she's like, well, I can check, and so she's checking, and I'm like turning red over here, but they didn't have it, so I was like, my embarrassment was for nothing, my humiliation in Best Buy, so I just ordered this online, but it came. This is the last box. There's one more set. I think I have at least one or maybe two more movies to get, and then I'll have all of Sailor Moon. This is just one of those things. You have to make choices, and you have to prioritize things, and this seems, in some ways this is a silly thing to prioritize, but on the other hand, like, I really like having these anime TV series on disc, so I can watch them when I want to, and you have to be dedicated in order to do that. It's, I've said before, like, you can't, it's easy to give up halfway because things change. Like, my life is chaotic, and I'll change jobs, or I'll quit jobs, or I'll move somewhere, or any of these things, and that'll, they take years and years to release these stupid TV series sometimes. And as your life is going through all these changes, I mean, what loses priority, it's quickly. It's like getting some anime TV series. You're just like, yeah, whatever. But that's burned me in the past, so, I don't want to, like, put more of these things, like, as sort of, like, yokes around my neck, but, like, if, you really like something, like, I enjoy Sailor Moon, and, like, I'm gonna have that, set for the rest of my life, and I can watch it when I want to. That was important to me. So anyway, I'm gonna get those as they come out, the last set I'm looking forward to. But yeah, speaking of which, I'm trying to spend more time with family and friends and just prioritize socializing in real life, socializing online and stuff, that's all well and good, but I have just not prioritized, like, my in-person relationships, I think, enough. Maybe, well, even if it's not that I haven't done it enough in the past, 10 or 20 years even, it's more just that right now I want to prioritize it more, so I'm doing that. But part of that is I wanna do stuff in real life with people. So my idea has been to do a little bit of tabletop gaming. I think I told you guys that I've been gaming with one of my in real life friends, and I want to game with more of my friends. So I picked this up. This is Resident Evil 2, the board game. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I don't know if I've told this story before. I years ago I started getting some tabletop miniatures and painting them up to be like the members of Star's team and zombies and things like that. Not just stuff like Zombicide, which is in the past handful of years, but like a little further back there was one, I think it was just called Zombies, or like Zombies, or something like that, which had a ton of zombies. It had zombies, it had zombie dogs, so like I painted some of those up specifically for a Resident Evil tabletop game that, like, I was just gonna make myself. My buddy and I even sat down to make it, basically based on the rules from Space Hulk, which we used to play a lot, and we thought that would kind of fit in. It might be a good environment to try that. But I looked up the stuff on this Resident Evil board game, and it's perfect. It's exactly the way I think I would have wanted to make my Resident Evil 2 game, and I already have some miniatures I could, like, slot right into it, probably, if I can find them. But it also comes with some really great miniatures. So this is just the core game. There are some expansions. This was a Kickstarter. I didn't kickstart it. I just bought it after the fact. But yeah, I'm super excited to have this. I have gaming friends who also have enjoyed Resident Evil, so I think, like, we'll understand how to play it. We'll be able to hit the ground running with this. And you can actually play it on your own. You can solo this because it's a cooperative gameplay, and the zombies and the creatures all take their turns based on rules. So you can just use the rules to fight against the environment without having to have somebody, playing as a DM. So that's pretty fun. So I'm probably going to try that out, and then I'm going to try to get some of my friends together to play that. This winter, maybe I'm gonna paint up all the miniatures. I've actually gotten them all primed, and I'm looking forward to painting those too over the next several months. So if you guys want to see those, we'll see how that goes. And I also picked up another tabletop game. I went a little crazy with tabletop games, but it's only the core sets. This one is a more Dungeons and Dragons style dungeon crawler. I got interested in this because I just started thinking about my own tabletop gaming experiences, and I was like, what have I really played? And, like, have I ever played Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that? And I realized, like, I think played D&D once with one of my buddies. And I think that we sort of laid out a little map you know, and I don't even know if we had miniatures or maybe we substituted in some, you know, Space Marines or something. But like my buddy and I had basically played Space Hulk, and we'd never really played 40K. Like he's played 40K a bunch, but I haven't. And I realized like now we're playing Deathwatch Overkill, and like I kind of like that better than just like I don't know the games of Shadow War Armageddon or Kill Team or things like that we've played. I guess we haven't played Kill Team yet. We're gonna play Kill Team, so I'm curious to see how that goes. But because I've been enjoying Deathwatch Overkill so much and Space Hulk, you know, I'm like, what other like sort of just board game, dungeon crawling sort of like, or you know, just miniature based board games are there? And I started thinking about like what other ones are kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, because I watched a whole like D&D campaign. Some people played like classic D&D on YouTube, and it seemed fun. And actually, I think the parts of it that I enjoyed the most as a spectator were the role playing parts, where people were really playing their characters well. But I think personally, what I'm probably would enjoy playing more is just sort of like the mechanical, like tactical aspects of like, you know, crawling the dungeon and moving your guys and attacking and defeating enemies and things like that. And there's a game that looks perfect, absolutely perfect for that, and that is Descent, Journeys in the Dark, which I just think is like a really uncomfortable subtitle. But whatever, it's Descent Journeys in the Dark, second edition, and this seems awesome. Like, just so cool. There's a ton of expansions for this, and obviously it had a whole first edition, which people seem to like really well. This one you do play with the DM, but it seems great, because, you know, again, like, maybe the role-playing part is cool, but this does not really focus on role-playing at all. Like, it has some, you know, I guess what we'd call fluff text in the rules and things like that. But basically, you just have two opponents. One person's playing all of the monster enemy sort of environmental things, and you know, telling the story to a certain extent from the book. And then you can have up to 4 heroes that are delving the dungeon, and it just seems great. You know, it seems like kind of like Hero Quest, or even like Warhammer Quest. I think Games Workshop basically bought Hero Quest and kind of kept that going. Even that, I don't know. I think I had Hero Quest and might have played it once or twice, but I don't think we ever really got into it. But anyway, Descent seems awesome. It seems really amazing. There's even an app you can play to like play. I guess you could play single player if you wanted with using the app. So I might try it out that way. But yeah, I just want to get real life friends together. You know. I have 2 games, so people have options as to what they'd like. I think, you know, I know enough people around in the local area, and I could maybe on Facebook or something just get, you know, just put a call out, be like, hey, you know, we want to do one of these 2 tabletop games, you know, Saturday afternoons or Sunday afternoons or, you know, Monday nights or whatever it is. And, you know, does anyone want to play? Which game do you want to play? I could even have concurrently, you know, a game of Descent and a game of Resident Evil going on. I could have, you know, multiple games of Resident Evil with different people going on. I think it'll be really fun, and I'm looking forward to painting the miniatures from both of these sets too. So I'm really prioritizing that, I think, to get those painted up and my old Games Workshop stuff and et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I'm doing, I guess. I also wanted to talk about one game that I picked up and am playing, which is Final Fantasy VIII. I was not planning to pick this up at all, so, you know, congratulations, internet marketing or whatever. You know, you got me with this one, Square Enix. But I was watching, was it PlayStation Access, I think, on YouTube, and I forget the guy on there. He's funny though, and like was a big Final Fantasy VIII fan, and watching was Rob, I guess. Watching him play, just in advance of the release, it was like the day or 2 before, him playing Final Fantasy VIII, and I was like, oh my gosh, so nostalgic. I didn't expect to have so much nostalgia for Final Fantasy VIII. It's fun. It's fun. It's a weird game. They made a ton of weird gameplay decisions in it, because it's an anti-RPG. I think what they did was, at that point, I think, the RPG formula was played out, and they said, you know what, let's just turn the whole thing on its head. So instead of, like, the point being that you grind to gain levels and get more experience and get stronger, they're like, you don't do that anymore. Like, they're like, we're gonna punish people for grinding. Like, you don't grind and gain levels. You like absorb magic and like and gain abilities onto your what is it? You basically you junction with your summons. So your summons are actually like your summons are your, and I forget even what they call them in this, like guardian forces, I think GFs. Like your GFs are your character classes in this game. So again, like nobody has character classes or anything like that. What you have are your GFs kind of act like character classes, and then you add those classes to your characters in order to like give them abilities. And your goal is pretty much to raise the types of skills and stuff that those have, but like the enemies levels all scale, so like I don't know all the intricacies of it honestly, because I never beat the game. I played it up until the last disc, and then I kind of like because I didn't know how to play it in the past, like the enemies were all getting way too hard for me to fight properly, and things just were weird. By the time I got to the last disc, I gave up. But we have 20 years of hindsight now for that game, and a lot of people have figured out how to play it. So I'm like, hey, I want to play it again, because I do remember like all the stuff from it. The characters are great. I still have that standee of anyway that I got from a store that I was working at when that came out. The character designs are fun. The story's goofy. The card game is fun. It's a cool game, and yeah. Anyway, I'm having fun with it. So I played it for a couple days and then I've put it down, but I'm gonna pick it back up again and keep playing. So let me know if you guys are playing Final Fantasy VIII. I'd be curious what you guys think of it. And also too, like if you guys have played any of these tabletop games or anything like that. Yeah, I hope this was fun. I just wanted to let you guys know, what I'm up to, what I've been picking up. I'm not going to be buying much for the rest of the year, probably, but I wanted to get these while I could, so I could get these painted up while the weather's nice. I can spray paint outside, and I can, I can have some stuff to do with my friends over the winter in real life, not any of this online, BS. So anyway, hope you'll join me again